Hello everybody, welcome back. As you can see, we are at our pet venue. I don't know what to call it yet. Pet rescue, pet vet, and I've just cleaned up a few of the walls and the ceilings, and you can see there's a big gaping hole at the back still. But there was one specific comment in my video the other day. To not forget the fish, the birds, and the rabbits, I think. And I was like, oh hell. So I thought, you know what? Let's start with the fish, because I want to build a koi pond to start. This is only the beginning, but you'll see I've put a little patio here. I put some little bits of greenery, some rocks, cleaned up the tower, and you'll see there's a notice board inside there. But I thought here is actually a perfect place to put koi pond. So let's find some rocks, shall we? That one's good. And that one will probably be good. All right. Let's see. We've got this area here that we can play with. So let's first of all stand that rock up and have a look at it. Are you sticking through anything? No. Okay, yay. That's good. And I think, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a land hole here and then just put the swimming pool in it. I don't know, how deep are pools with koi in them? I have no idea. That will work because we can put a whole bunch of stones around it. So, interesting question. What are we going to use? Let's go with the rough plaster. I like it's because it sort of dulls the colors down a lot. You don't have that like in your face. Then again, there's in your face blue. So, do we want in your face blue? Maybe. But before I get carried away, what I think, let's just see. I did copy a picture across, and we're going to play with it today. You'll see there's a lot of little drawings of animals. I was thinking of using this one as the image of the from the vet of the actual place that we're at. We need a name for the place. Come on, give me a name for the place. And then we've got charts for animals and stuff and things. Now we've got that, and then we've got these. And I wasn't sure. I thought that for a fish tank would be perfect because they're looking at you. They're literally looking at you. So it would possibly be these. And it's from the top, which is awesome. Let's see. Let's go big. That's quite cool. But let's start with that and see if that's going to work. Should we? Now, we cannot resize it there. We can change style. So if I change style, we resize it. Okay. Am I losing my mind completely? Since when have we had to do it here? Okay, not going to argue. Okay, so yes, we can move it. And, oh, look at that. All right, I take everything back. There's our kois. Look at that. Okay, so if we look at... Oh, boy. Okay, sorry, I got all excited there. We look at the other image I've got of the fish. Okay, and we get a big one, and we sort of copy this in and the color ones. Should we? Okay, so if I have that sort of a brownish greenish, that helps, doesn't it? Still pretty blue. We might have to go slightly darker green. Hey, I'll put some rocks at the bottom. Let's look at rocks. Oh, that's nice. And we push you down a little bit further. Whoa. Okay, that's a little creepy. They are sort of moving. How big is this? If I stand here, it's quite small. These koi are quite big. Maybe we need to make it a little bit bigger. And I also did do a bit of Googling. And the water in the pond is definitely not bluish greenish. It's more brownish greenish. Maybe we should do the pea gravel because that has got the lights and the darks in it. That's a little bit better. It sort of gives it that more natural feel. What I was thinking of, I've got to just remember to use this. Okay. And then I'm going to shrink it and we're going to make more in it. We're going to put 2 lots in instead of just 1. What do you say? Maybe slightly further down so we get more movement. There we go. That's better. All right. I'll keep that for the fish tank. So far so good. And there's the start of our koi pond. In here, as I was saying, we have our cattery. So, yes, it's huge. I'm not sure if I'm going to have this as part of the catio outside, but this is the cattery in here. We have the window from our reception area, so you can actually look into the cattery. And as you can see here on the board, we've got our recent visitors. We don't know how I managed to get pictures of brown dogs and cats, but I did. And then, of course, the cat postcard because we can. And we've got the fishes poster on the wall here, the fishes of Pinnacle. And I also have a couple of more posters. You see, this is intrinsically a passage that goes into the stairs with a no entry there. This is the office that we did the last time. And then this is a much bigger room, which we can split or we can use as a meet and greet room when the weather's bad. As you can see, I used the same benches, and yes, I did turn them around because from here they look so much better like that. Okay, it's aesthetics, I'm sorry. It just looks good from here. So posters, I've got these drawings. Okay, so for example, not a pet, but I have a local vet who is very much part of the wildlife rescue. And a lot of owls and other birds end up being helped by him. So I think that's pretty cool for the wall in here. And then, of course, we've got the other animal. It is a Christmas cat. Yes, I know it's a Christmas cat, but it's so cute. I really like it. And then we've got puppies. That's the puppy from story mode. So I was thinking with the colors that we've got on in here, these images actually look pretty good. And then maybe another one here. And I was thinking of this image for the actual practice, whatever you'd like to call this. Here we go. I think it's so cute. Cat and the dog, or the puppy and the kitten making friends. There's that. And then what I'd really like to do is put a whole bunch of photos of cats and dogs and mice and bunnies and all kinds of things, sort of as the animals that have been through this particular place. I have got a picture of a rat, but I don't know if it's appropriate because it does have bright red eyes. You look at his eyes, they're bright red. And I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to. Yes, I did. I don't know if it's sort of very appropriate. I don't think that's very cute. All right, moving into the cat here. I am digressing ridiculously today. Remember, I said to you guys the other day that I'm just very chatty. Well, guess what? This year is the year of the chatty. Now, this roof is a single roof. So what I was thinking of doing, because we all know that cats love the sun, I was thinking of using a glass ceiling. And we are using wood on it. So maybe what we can do, at least I'm using Snap to Grid for a change. I usually end up putting this in incorrectly. Okay. So the cats will have lots of sunlight to bask in. And then the window there, there's a bathroom. This is nice for a catio tunnel. So for example, let's do, what color are we going to do? Let's go white for now. And if we build something for the cats to play on, like this, that is quite cool. We are going to need counters and stuff like that for washing, rinsing, maybe even put a dishwasher in here for bowls, because through here we are going to have the dogs over here. So unless we use this area as the wet area, but then we also have this area here. So there's lots of places. Unless we just keep it. This is the cattery. Is this big enough? Cats aren't that big. Maybe we should close this, because that still gives us the light from there. And we can use this as a prep area and storage for all the food and the counters. And then we can just put the cat stuff in here. What do you think? Do we want... Wouldn't mind using that in here on this one wall. I think that will be quite cool. That would be nice. Okay, I can live with that. And then this can probably go along the whole wall. And yes, there will be cushions involved. There will be a cat tree. We have a cat tree idea. Now, if we look here, here are all the pillows. So, yay, that's awesome. Just buy them all, and then we can decide which ones are going to fit the best. Okay, so I think the cat tree would be cool right here. We need a base. Need something flat and round. So what do we have that's flat and round? Our trusty dartboard. And then mud, you know, the ropes that they put around so the cats can like sharpen their claws? Scratching post. That's the word. That fills the gap in nicely. Somewhere to sit, somewhere to walk, somewhere to jump. Then we're going to have somewhere for the cats to sleep at night. And when they're on their own, the kitten tree. Now we've got cardboard boxes. Do we have the option to open them? I don't think so. No, we've got the option to take them or not take them. We don't have the option to actually have them open to be played with, which is unfortunate. We have the option to, yes, we do. That'll work. Okay, that's very tiny. We can maybe build a castle of boxes of these boxes. How big are you? 24, 24, 18. Yeah, that actually would look pretty good on there. And then we've got our regular resizable box. We have this, which is useful. Because you know what they say about cats? If I fits or sits. Then we use these with how big are you? You're not bad. Okay, I'll take you. We can probably use those as food bowls for now, for the cats at least. I'm thinking of litter trays. You know, cats, litter, always gonna be. That's a big bowl. How big is that? It's not bad. We don't have the glass anymore. Know how sad that is. We have the start of the cattery. We've got the start of a sort of cat climbing area, and because we don't really have the option, hold on, move some of these things around. We don't have the option to put up chain link fences or anything like that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here. Okay, so this is where they will sleep and stuff and things. And I think I'm going to use the window as a separator. So if I place it here, I can go all the way up to the roof. So we've got two areas for them to sleep. And then I will have some chairs and stuff in here. We'll probably put some more of these on this wall. I'm going to have to go online and find some interesting wall type cat stuff. This can be a meet and greet area for people who are coming to bring a cat, adopt a cat, maybe just a small table or two. This one would be cool. And a couch. This is the modular one. I think let's do the modular one. That'll be cool. But seeing as it is the cattery, maybe we should use the cat print. And then we've got that one, which is quite cool actually. I quite like that whole feel on it. Do the mahogany feet. That is quite cool. I like that. I wish we could make these pillows bigger, but we can't. So what we'll have to use is the other pillow. And yes, we're going to do fluffy. Maybe a dark grey. A collection of them. You know what? Maybe we can put one of these on the wall in like a lighter grey. You will be the best one to do this. There we go. And then these cushions can sit up here. The humans can also come and sit here if they want. We'll just have to find colours for them. Can we use that? Yes, we can. You know what? Let's change all of them and then we can bring some colours in. What do you say? That's quite cool. Let's do that. Once I've made a space in the middle of the floor, the table will go there. Actually, you know what? Maybe that can go. Will that interfere? That door can still open and close. This door can still open and close. Yeah, let's put the table there with 2 chairs in front of it. Or stools. The colour's wrong, but it's fine. We'll change it. Will that door open? Yes, it will. There we go. And then we can put some more cat trees and these sort of things. These actually are quite cool because they do stack. We just need to get a decent colour on those too. And then we need to put cat litter, cat beds. These pillows I thought were bigger. I think we're going to use these as cat beds. We'll have to build a few things here. This can probably be the litter box. And then we can put some of these in there as well, so they can get up and down and around. But that's a good start. Then we need some lights. Maybe will the cat fall out of it? Probably. I know my cat was walking. We were sitting outside and we had the beams across the patio, and it literally lost its footing and fell off. But that's a good start to the catio, or the cattery. And yeah, I can imagine their cat in their shape. Oh, so cute. We need a fluffy rug on the floor, but I'll get to that. And then this is the bathroom. I haven't done anything with it other than build stalls and put in the wash basin. I think this is required for humans, and then the animals have other areas to use. And let's find us a fluffy carpet, shall we? Because I think I said previously, if it's fluffy, the cat will sit on it. So we go blanket. Yes, we can do fluffy blankets. Okay, that works, except for the edge. Let's make it fluffy too, because we can. We go. And then we need some signs. Now, once again, we're in the right place for signs. And this time we're taking the fluffy off. The good question would be, how do you spell cattery? We're probably going to have a sign there that says keep door closed. And I'm also thinking I would like something here that we can plant some plants in. If I use our fluffiness and make dirt, there's my pot. Yes, I know it's very narrow, but that's the plan. And what are we going to do with that? Are we going to use that? See what that looks like. It's bad. I think again what we're going to do is just put very basic plants in here. Here we go. That's pretty. Bring some plant life to the area and let's see how much I've shoved through the glass. Ooh. I wonder if that's poisonous. I like it, but maybe animals shouldn't. Okay. Yes, this is going to be a little disjointed because my brain, as usual, is all over the place. So now for the desk, what I was thinking, this is, yes, it's a rescue or also an organization that helps animals. Yes, it will be upside down, but everybody knows that you can flip a monitor upside down. So that's so people can check on their animal. Dang it. And then we'll have a laptop because, you know. Okay, so this is for the animals in-house. That's, I don't know, for playing Minecraft. If you didn't know that monitor was upside down, you would never know. All right, and then I think I'm going to put the calendar on the wall because we can, so that special dates can be marked off on the calendar. There we go. New Year. As I said, these can be flyers and stuff like that. And then the other thing I was thinking, I did get these off the internet type stuff. Don't know how big that is. Yeah, I got summer safety for pets. And the other one was concerns for dogs. So we can throw that one there. So I got a couple of things. I didn't get everything. It's a start. Actually, you know what? Let's put this one over here. We're getting somewhere. Now I think I would like to go out here. Out here. Did I not put a door in? Okay. All right. So this is from the cattery. So this can be a storeroom and a little desk space. That works. And then the door will open and close. From the cattery. And then I think we're going to put a desk here. There we go. It's not too bad. And then we've got place for 2 chairs. There we go. Actually, you know what? Let's put that there for now. We need a sink. I'm going to take the handle off that end unit so that it's just a surface. I think that'll work. And then we've got all the storage. That's going. We're going to need a mop and a broom. We need a bucket to go with it. And we are going to need the mop, because that's gonna be messy. There we go. Oh, I did do a bit of a banister on the staircase going down, as you can see here. So this is the staircase from here. I just didn't want to inflict this on you, but I think it looks quite cool. It's a chunky base, and then two sort of things that go up, and then a chunky base, and then two that go up a little bit weird. That needs to, don't do that. That needs to be moved down a bit, I think. A little bit further. I'm going to catch it right at the top there. Okay, so this is for the doctors and the staff and stuff. So upstairs will be a bathroom and that. And then this area is all the records. You know how you always have the card and the bit and the bob? This is all for the records under the stairs. And this whole area will be admin, bathrooms, doctors area. This is looking down into the cattery, which is cool. And then what I was wanting to do, if you look over here, whoopsie, which I was flying, is I've put a double edge here. So my thought process was our little friend, our little block, you know, the edge that you usually get on the, let's not do it from there, let's do it from here. Just want to see if this is the right size. I think it's there, because we have that sort of effect. Then we can do the concrete like that around the edge of the roof. Do we want to do it with the concrete, or do we want to? I don't know if I like it with the concrete edge. That's with the concrete, and that's with the wall. What do you prefer? Now, I think I like it with the plain concrete on this. Does that take the clean lines away? Or does that just sort of give a little bit more interest to the top of the roof? Because I put a darker concrete on the top here. It's not super dark, but it's the darker concrete. Not sure. Let me know what you think. The darker concrete is this one. And that's what it would look like on the roof. But yeah, so I'm going to, I've been all over the place today. I apologize for that. But I think it's going to be interesting. Again, challenges because we don't have all the stuff. We don't have the cages, we don't have the water bowls, we don't have the little water fountains that you get for fresh drinking water and all that stuff. But I am going to carry on with this. I think this is looking pretty good. I like it. And I want to get an image of a waterfall, literally. A PNG image of a waterfall. And I'll use these stones to build it up. And then we'll just slap the image on it, because that's what we can do. So guys, I'm going to leave it here. As I say, apologies for the slightly crazy Oh, why am I trying to resize it all over the place? But this is at the moment how my brain is functioning, so I apologize. It is what it is right now. But I think this is going to be pretty once I've completed it. Okay, guys, let me know any more suggestions. We've had birds, we've had what else? Rabbits, fish. Fish tanks. I haven't done the fish tank. Okay, I'm going to have to do the fish tank as well. That's another thing to do. I will not put it in the cattery, I promise. Can't traumatize those little cats or the fish. Traumatize those little cats. Am I crazy? What can I say? All right. So, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.